Here we are back with Main Street USA by Lego Disney. This is set number 43302. Contains 3,899 pieces. Retails for $399.99, and the set was provided by the Lego Group for review. Thank you, Lego. And yeah, we're going to be doing the Crystal Arcade today, or we're going to be starting it. And today is the 2nd of July, 2026. Well, that's part of the Crystal Arcade right there. And yeah, right now we're at a 5 on this set, just due to packing quality and build quality. Everything else it's still keeping my interest. And yeah, that's what we're going to be working on today here. I'm trying to hold this up here so you can see it. And the beauty of 4K is that you can read that right off the screen there, provided there's no glare. You know. And yeah, I'm not a fan of the black glossy pages. And it just jumps right on in. Now the set does come with a brick separator. It is a collaborative build, we found out. So everybody can build their own buildings. I'd say up to probably 4 people can comfortably build this. I think this set is up from 1 to 5 builders, but it's not too bad so far. I'm really interested in building this model. But, of course, before I can start building, these videos are not to be considered or construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just merely my notes for the final write-up, so anything goes. In addition to that, the wording and the conversations are mine and mine alone. Lego does not pay me to say anything. I just say what's on my mind. So that's how I do it. In addition to that, this is not my day job. This is something I do just for fun, just to kind of kill some time. I'm waiting for some work to get done right now so I can call it a work week and be finished with it. And finally, do not re-upload my content without my written consent. I know that sounds kind of harsh, just don't do it. You don't need that. But if you want my videos on another website or platform, let me know and I may consider it, all right? So just let me deal with that and I'll do all the messy work for you. No need to create extra paperwork and stuff. Nobody wants to deal with that, especially during the summer months. Okay, well, let's begin. Let's build it. We're going to start with bag number 25. So I'm going to cover bags 25, 26, 27 in this build installment today. Now, we've already had experience in building these. We're going to have a lot of tiling here. Okay. So yeah, it's not a bad set. I'm enjoying this one. I think Lego missed this one. Some people have said maybe Disney didn't want this to be a modular. I think it would have been better as a modular. Oh, we got some of that dark pink color, whatever that is. Like a flush tone, maybe not flush tone. And yeah, it looks like we're just doing tiles and plates today. I see a few bricks. And yeah, not too bad at all. Not too bad. Now, I'm thinking of putting the avatar in the beginning of this video, the talking head. So while I get this set up here, I did read a lot of the comments as well as on the main channel. And some of you had said that the avatar is distracting, so I'm not going to do that in the build installments. Okay, so I'm going to save you all some time there. And in addition to that, I'm not going to do the whole video on these. It's just too much anyways for me to even handle. Okay, I'm going to have to rotate it like that just so it makes sense to me. Alright, the book is showing it like that anyways. So the avatar, more or less, it works. I'm happy with it. But I think the problem is that it's just a lot of time. But I do have some news. I got my Stream Deck in today. Well, yesterday anyways. I've kind of been still setting it up. And I don't know how I could live without that thing for so long. I've already got it kind of set up, and I think I'm ready to go live here. Just hit go live and stuff, and just make it a one-touch go live type deal. I'm shooting for something like that so I can just click broadcast and be done. And yeah, that's my plan. So I don't know what I'm going to stream yet. I think it'll be Minecraft. I don't know. I'm just thinking of some other things to do. Now, in addition to all that, I've been playing around with Blender a little bit more and stuff like that. So just kind of tinkering with things. So Jay the Surfer 2.0 is going to be a full animated animation. Right now he's just an anime figure. I haven't gotten to anything else with him yet. I'm hoping to... okay, it's dark red. I'm hoping to have him done by the end of the year. And I've been looking at making him a full-time mascot. Since now I can't use him in my banners, we're going to have a little fun. So I think in the thumbnails with these, I don't know, I'll see if I have any room. I'm going to put him in the thumbnail too. Because now I can have him do things, I can have him wave and say hi to you and all that stuff. So yeah, not too bad at all with that. Okay, now it looks like we're moving on to the middle section here, although I may have it just index as tiling. So yeah, the avatar, like I said, I appreciate your guys and gals' candid responses. And the whole point about that is, I know somebody say, well, Jay, it's your YouTube channel, do whatever you want, but you're also the ones that have to view it too, so we're all working together. And if you think it's a distraction, you know, you got to let me know, but I do want to input him. I want to put him in my videos from time to time, so you will still see a debut of him. That kind of thing. So that being said, he's plain and... we don't want that in there. He's plain and boring right now, but that's going to change eventually. It's going to change. Because right now I'm working on a wetsuit for him. Which kind of brings up something that I was thinking about is getting a Kigurumi mask made of Jay the Surfer once I get the final product made, and put him on a mannequin, have him fully dressed up, you know, for photo shoots or whatever. But in addition, I want to be able to take the mask off the mannequin and wear it if I want to. I'm not going to go full Kigurumi on this. I'm just going to make a mask made. But right now, that's a long work. I'm a long ways away from that because I haven't got anything finalized yet. So I haven't. Right now, I'm still drafting the character out. And I am by all means not an animator at all. So I got to learn. In Blender, I am still learning to this day. It's not something I normally do. Now I see why people charge commissions for this stuff. I was like, why would you charge this much money for a commission to draw up a cartoon character? Well, now I know why. You guys are worth your money, because even I'm like, okay, I'm doing this completely from scratch. And just more or less trying to figure out what I need to do, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's a lot of work. So, but you know, in order to get him to look really good. And basically, he's got a rainbow suit on right now because I use it for drafting out different colors of body parts and stuff, so I know where I want to put my designs. I'm going to put a logo. It'll just say Jaystifer on the front of his chest. I could do Let's Build It, but I don't know yet what I'm going to do. But now, with me drawing up my own characters, I can do that. Okay, now it looks like we're focusing our attention here. And yeah, so the characters are going to be just that. He's just going to be that. I also had him put in with some other characters too. I also put Rem and Hatsune Miku next to him. I mean, I wish I can show this stuff in here, but I can't. But yeah. Yeah, so in this first bag, you're just doing tiling today. It's going to be kind of dry, you know. It's when I build my houses, yeah, this part here does take a little time. So I'm going to have to do the tiling first. Yeah, I'm hoping this weekend I'm hoping, I don't know. I'd like to get this set out of here. Like, get it reviewed and get it done. That kind of thing. Okay, now it looks like we're turning our attention down here. Yeah, but that Stream Deck that I bought, I'll tell you, I don't know how I don't know. I've been on the fence about buying one, and they had it on sale at a big online marketplace for $190, and I thought, oh, that's not bad. I'll get that. And you had to be a member to get it. Because I wasn't a member of this online marketplace, and by the time that the regular fees applied and stuff, I was paying full price for it. And I thought, well, I don't want to pay full price for this. I checked around, and I found it at a big box store for the same prices that they were selling it online, and it said right there on the website, online price matched. I thought, oh man, this big online marketplace, and they lost a sale. I thought, you're going to charge me more when I can go here and pick it up. They had one locally. I didn't go and pick it up, but I should have went down there and picked it up, though. Had to wait a few days for it to come in, but I'll tell you, I don't know how I not live without this Stream Deck. I don't know. I'm just using it for quick launching apps, editing files, all that stuff. So I'm using it for a lot of stuff, like for home automation. I don't know how I live without it for this long. I like making things easy. I don't want to have to fiddle around with buttons or tabbing through windows. So, yeah, I got it cheap. And yeah, I get all that stuff cheap too. I know that the YouTube money didn't come from that. Or I didn't go to that, actually. That goes for Lego. Boy, these tiles here are not lining up, but look, I don't know. They're pressed down all the way. Probably from different molds or back. Wow, I got to show you guys this. This really is bad Lego. I mean, is our quality now really dropping? I got to show you guys. Make sure these are all pressed down here. But look at that. I mean, these are firmly pressed down. Look how the lines are not lined up. What am I using? Am I building with an aftermarket toy maker? I don't know. I don't know. See, in this channel here, I can be blunt. I can just tell you how it is, and that's just it, you know. And for $400, I don't see it now. I really don't. You know, at least here I can be honest with you. I still haven't got that haircut yet. I've been kind of procrastinating on that right now. Still haven't made up my mind what I want to do with it, so I just kind of like, yeah, I'll think of something. I will think of something. Yeah. So, nothing really has gone on with me, just work. Trying to keep cool. I bet that's going to go on that side there. And just relaxing and not doing a whole lot of anything. Matter of fact, I've been watching some anime lately, just kind of just get away from work-related stuff. Get into the fantasy stuff. Oh, and thank you guys and gals for some suggestions on the cartoons. So I will be checking some of those out. I'm looking for something to just kind of keep me entertained throughout the summer, because it's going to be boring here. Especially when you're working full time, it's kind of boring, doesn't it? You know, and yeah, that kind of thing. And then now we're going to focus on this side here. So I was just thinking, though, about that avatar. See, I can have him sneak in the video, but then this kind of brings up a possibility. I can have a few of my friends voice act, too, and have them bring in different characters. That means I could do interviews on certain... If I have let's say, got YouTubers that want to sneak in my videos, see, I can have a little fun with it now. So now with the whole advent of Avatar Land, I can do that. I can do that and have a little fun doing it. Okay, so I'm not going to make every video on here with an avatar caked in. That's why you notice that you'll see a test. I'm doing a test here, I'm doing a test there. Okay, why am I doing that? Well, now you know. Because that's how we roll here. That's how we roll. That's how I roll anyways. And then now we got to finalize this side up here. But yeah, pretty much though, I've been swamped with work. I'm just, whoops, those don't go there. Oh yeah, that does go on that edge. Okay, that's supposed to be a gap there. Tells me it's probably a wall there. I've been swamped with work-related stuff, so that's pretty much what's been going on. And we just survived bag 25. Okay, now we're going to move on to bag 26. It feels pretty heavy. I bet this is going to be a mini bag special. I have a feeling. Oh yeah, I had somebody call me boring the other day. I'm not forcing you to watch these, you know. Wonder how bad these are scratched here. This looks like we'll be doing a part inspection here. Jay, you're going to go through that whole part inspection again. Yep, you betcha. But remember, we're already at a flatline 5. I just want to now make a point that this is why the sets get 4s. Now, I will still ding off for build quality. Build experience, I'd say, is still holding very strong on this one. Yeah, this one's got a lot of small pieces in here. We got a little bit of everything, though. We got a wheelchair piece. Okay. All right. So we have where's that plastic lid? I got the other thing here that I'm using for a bookmark. We haven't used stickers yet. Just give me a moment here. I got to find something to shove in there. I'm not advertising these guys or anything like that, but that is why I ding off what I do. All right. You know, I get those questions. Why am I so hard on sets? Like, why don't I just deal with it? When I see Smurfs like that, yeah, that's really not acceptable. And you know, I mean, hey, it's fine. It's quite all right. Because Lego does that, right? And there was some smaller stuff in here we'll go through too. Because some of you told me to check everything, so we're going to check it all here. Okay, we're going to check everything. And I'm hoping I'm not missing anything here. Okay, that's not bad at all. That's okay. But some of you say it happens in manufacturing. So like the little numbers and stuff, that's fine. That's a part number. I'm not worried about it. That's part of the patina. But it feels like I got to use Lego set here. You know, that's it. You know. Okay, now we're going to tackle our minifigure here. Okay, what I'm going to do is we're going to be working right here. Yeah, okay. Okay, I've never seen these in flesh tone before. But there it is. I got to find his head. Okay, so he's got a double-sided... Come on, there you go. He's got a double-sided head. And I like the torso too. I got to put his quiff on. And for a while I used to have my hair like that. But I don't anymore. updos were such a pain to take care of. I thought, oh, it was becoming more and more high maintenance, and I thought, I don't even known as a high maintenance guy, so I thought, no, I just keep it cropped down and that's it. Now everybody wants to get back to the more unkept look. I'm kind of past that now. Alright, so here we got our gentleman here. Let's make sure. At least here I can show you all the stuff. When I do the tour, I'm going to do all the minifigures in their own separate clip, because trying to remember everything is going to be a pain. So he'll be sitting here observing and conducting and tell me what I'm doing wrong here. Okay, now we're back to the main model. Now we got a little bit of everything here, so we're going to be here for about 30 minutes. But at least with something like this, though, some of you are really appreciative because I show you, you know, like my build techniques. If I make a mistake, you know, I like to show you what I did wrong in the build. You know, and I get cussed out for it too. You know, it just depends. We don't want anybody cussing anybody out here. Let's keep it open for everybody to enjoy. Oh, I need 4 of those. I thought we needed that. So, yeah, just been busy doing the work stuff and trying to think of anything else. I got 2 tutorials that I filmed over the week, which is not too bad. They're small tutorials. Still got to do 2 vehicle type builds, but we're not worried about that right now because I got to do a little bit of this today. I have a tutorial that needs something like that, but in a different color. You'll have to wait and see what it is. But I'm going to be honest, I'm getting kind of pooped of doing big sets. And I got more coming. I told Lego, no more. Please, just don't send these to me right now. Told them no. They're coming to the house. Literally, these are actively coming to the... I got more sets that I don't want here. And, yeah, so I'm just not even going to fill out the forms anymore. If I just tell them no, they'll send them... Even if I don't respond, they'll still send them to me. And I'm just like, you guys really need to fix that up. So, at this point, I got about 60 sets to build, and I'm not even close yet to finishing. Okay, I'm not even close yet to finishing. We don't put any stickers on that? That's unusual. These are good for making like closets and stuff, or cabinets if you need extra space in your RVs. These are your best friend here. But more and more I'm starting to get more people liking this type of video. I talk about things. I don't just... I'm very transparent on certain things unless it's my disability. But other than that, though, it's like, you know, not too bad. You know. Alright, well, we got that in sand green, but I need that. We're going to have to build a door. At least this door's not scratched. Now, somebody told me to... They think I should inspect every piece. We're talking literally about 20 minutes doing that. So I'm not going to go there. I'm just checking transparent parts, but no need to make it complicated. But I'm happy with the set. I'm just not happy with the quality of the product. Or the build, and the way it was packed. That kind of thing. Okay, now it looks like we got to build 2 windows. Let me get these back over here. For some reason, things get pushed in no man's land. And, okay, so we got to make 2 windows. So we're going to have to do 4 of these here. So what I'm going to do is just do them all right now. You're also going to get into modular builds. These are your best friend. Oh, here's the deal. I noticed this is happening on the main channel. I guess some people are getting demanding on my tutorials. Why don't I do a tutorial in this? Why don't I do a tutorial in that? Like I mentioned on here, I got a busy life. I can't just do them. And I've noticed I've been getting some comments from my viewers. I was expecting a tutorial on this already. You know, how do you handle something like that, you know? You know, how do I deal with it? Dude, you're tired. You slept for 10 hours. You stayed up all night playing video games. How can you be tired? And I'm still dealing with that too. Yeah, I just... I don't know anymore. And yeah, back to that thing though. You just have to be patient with me. If you can't be patient, I'm sorry. You know, unless I have 10 million subscribers, I'm not retiring from my day job. So it is what it is. You know, this is just meant for fun. Please don't make it into a job. But if you're enjoying the stuff here, let me know. You know, some people like this. They like just to hear me conversate and stuff. And I don't intend to make these like a full-time job. Then it'd be like a job. You're like, oh, I got to get ready for work. Building Lego sets is starting to feel like that. Okay. That's a nice little modular window piece, but they got glass on both sides. At least it's not being wasted. And then those go right in here. Trying not to yawn in your ears. And then after that we got to put some profile bricks on the top. Like I'm still waiting for a 1x1 profile brick with single groove. Oh, here's another flap style window we missed. Oh my goodness, this has pits in it. Hold on. Where's that thing at? You know, I just had it like 5 seconds ago, and then here it is. Like, you know, this is why your sets are failing. I mean, how can you not fix this? I've even, you know, guys and gals, I used to say in my reviews, you need to pack this stuff better. I kept saying it until I got blue in the face. You know what happened? I just stopped telling them that. I thought, well, we'll leave it as a surprise. I'll tell them in the thing. Oh yeah, some parts were scratched. I had to take off half a score. Like it was nothing. And I just thought, oh yeah, we're gonna see where that's gonna go here. Oh, I've got to put that column in there. My bad. There's a column that goes right in that hole there. I know some people don't like me voicing my opinions and stuff. That's fine. But for me personally, I mean, are you going to spend that kind of money on a scratched old set? I wouldn't. And, I mean, it's not like this was used secondhand. I would totally understand it. No, I really totally understand it. But this is brand new here. You shouldn't have to. Yeah, I hear somebody in the other room. Oh, yawning. I'm tired. I don't want to do anything. I'm thinking, dude, you haven't done anything else. You haven't done anything since you've been off. And now you're off permanently now. So yeah. But that's a whole other drama story there. Okay, we got that right there. We're getting somewhere. We got an entry door. We have a way to get in here, and I forgot to put these up here. Well, let's take care of that. I'm kind of jumping around right now. I don't know what's going on, but you know. Let's start here in the corner. But yeah, sometimes I go off track on these builds. As long as I'm not messing up towards the end, who cares? As long as it's like, oh, I forgot to put the door and I got to tear it all apart. I've done that. Even in my own tutorials, I'm like, uh-oh, I forgot to put this piece in. And I'll look thinking, oh, that's why the whole build was off. And yes, I've done that in my tutorials several times. I have to tear the whole thing apart and refilm the tutorial again. I mean, it's not pretty. Never pretty. Oh yeah. We don't have a lot of stickers left. The stickers in this set have been very mild. It's not like it's not manageable. If you just hate putting stickers on, I'll understand, but for $400, we shouldn't see them. Yeah, I can't wait to go to the arcade. You know, when we were at Disneyland, I never played in the arcade there. I don't know if there was one there. Might have been. When I was a kid going to Disneyland, I was interested in the rides. Who cares about playing video games? You could do that. Well, back in the 80s, video games at home were never cool. They were just kind of lame. Okay, now we're going to focus here. Yeah, so if you were growing up in the 80s, we had good music, we had good TV shows, both 70s and 80s. We just didn't have any awesome video games at home. We had the 2600, we had the Odyssey, and if you're lucky to have a 5200, and then Nintendo came out in the mid 80s. Nintendo was a game changer. Nintendo was a game changer. And I do need a couple of these for a project. It's a prototype, so it may be a tutorial one day, I don't know. But yeah, good old playing video games at the amusement park. We used to have an arcade out here a long time ago, and they took it out. Why they turn it into some dumb old food court thing? I thought, really? Because now kids can play video games. As a matter of fact, the games at home are better than what you get at the arcade. Wait. Oh, I see. That's like, I'll show you here. I'll show you. See, this is the beauty about this. That's like, what kind of piece is that? How would they put that there? Well, now I know what that is. Well, sometimes my brain ain't screwed on right. That's how it is sometimes. And yeah, so we're just working on this side here. I'm hoping everything indexed right for you. This time I checked the viewfinder 20 million times. I need a couple candlesticks. Yeah. One day we'll get a 1x1 plate with the stick on the top. Maybe that might happen one day. Okay, now we're building a window. Yeah, so very scary hobby to get into, especially if you're penny pinching. You know, Lego is not cheap by any means anymore. It was never cheap when I was a kid to begin with. $60 set back in the 80s was a lot of money. Now we're talking sets that are just approaching $1,000 now. I can't wait to see one day a Lego set's like $1,200. Matter of fact, a Lego set gets more than a used car. Well, now we kind of make it as a joke in our Discord group. Yeah, I was thinking about buying this today, but it was equal to 2 Death Stars. Oh, it must have been that expensive. Yeah, or there's something I wanted to do, but it was the amount of the Main Street USA. So we kind of just have some fun with it, because Lego now has gotten to be kind of pricey. So I just got to have a little fun with it. Okay, I see what we're doing. We're putting tiles and things on here. I bet that's going to go right there, because we got these. But if those are not in straight, boy, that's going to be kind of sloppy there. Very sloppy. Making sure I didn't mess up. Where's that last tile at? We need that. Yeah, it's been pretty mild here for July so far, but I have a feeling the heat hasn't hit yet. We're going to get hit with a vengeance, so I'm going to be preparing to stay cool. Okay, we're not ready for that yet. I've almost made a mistake and confused you. I'm tempted to put that in there now. Yeah, I am ready for I'm ready to get out of town and have a little fun. Me and my girlfriend learned we don't mention that around my family, so we just kind of keep that portion to ourselves. Like, oh, we're going out for the weekend. And if I can get her to go to like places like Disneyland and stuff, would be cool. But I don't blame her. She's always around people. I'm always around people. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to deal with anybody, so I'll stay away from a lot of people and just kind of hibernate. Okay. Doesn't look pretty, does it? It looks pretty ugly. But that goes in there now. Let's make sure I didn't mess up, because I don't want to have to forget something. I got to take it half apart. You're probably going to have to wiggle this in here. See, I'm wiggling it. Went right in. I always use that term. Wiggle. Just wiggle. Just wiggle it in. It's not going to hurt, you know. Just wiggle it in. Okay, we're going to make 2 of those. Yeah, these candlestick pieces, I'll tell you, these are a nice part to have. When I first saw them, I thought, well, okay, the only use would be for, of course, candles. Well, now I'm using them for like bars or rods or fencing. There's so much you can do with this stuff now. It's like Lego's they keep adding more parts to the palette, which is really cool because we could build things that we never could before. Especially when we were growing up, we didn't have a lot of these parts. Okay, now it looks like we're focused our attention up here with an awning. So, but yeah, it's a nice hobby to get into, but just like with any hobby, this is going to maul your wallet. It's especially now with the tariffs and stuff, it's going to maul your wallet. Lego is still moderately priced. It depends on what you're looking for. But if you're getting into this as a beginner, don't start with stuff like this. Unless you really want a challenge. But for me personally, just as a word of advice, if you're not sure, start with something very small. You don't want to get to something like this and thinking this is not for me, and you just blew $400 on something that you don't want to finish up. And that would not be fun at all. Just don't do that. These are another handy brick too to have. I mean, Lego has come up with so many interesting parts now, and some people say, well, it takes away from the imagination. I don't know. My imagination's been working overtime. Like, oh, I see that part. Now I can use it to make my own stuff. I just use that plate to flatten that out, so we'll put that there. I mean, we got a lot of detail here in the front, which is even better. All right. You have a better view than I do. I care about you, so I give you the better view. Except, oh, I was supposed to make 2 of these. Whoopsie, my bad. See, I wasn't paying attention. See, even I make mistakes, but I admit to them. Yeah, one of my videos, I might have mislabeled something wrong. I'll have to check my notes. First off, yeah, if you find something wrong, point it out, but please be kind about it. Don't be rude. Don't be snappy with me, because I'll just ignore you. Okay? Just don't. Just say, hey, Jay, I think you made a boo-boo here. Make it more entertaining. Don't just say, you did this wrong. You did that wrong. I tell you, that just kind of turns me off. Oh, Jay, I think you made a boo-boo here. And just have a little fun with it. Let me look. Oh, my goodness, you're right. Let me fix it up real quick and be done with it. Yeah. And plus, it was a very old video, too. So somebody got mad over it because I made a mistake. Oh, I mean, hey, you're in the right place for mistakes. We make tons of them here. This mistake central. I mean, why not? I gotta have a little fun. I gotta confuse you. So I can talking about my avatar and making a mask and how boring work is in life and stuff. Now, I do not have any more big pieces. The set does come with a brick separator, which I have lost. So I'll just have to grab one. I don't think this is the one that came with it, but it does come with one, I promise you that. All right. Okay, we got that there. Alright. I never understood arcades at fun parks. I guess for some kids who just don't want to go on the rides. You know, I'm not a fan of roller coasters and stuff, but I will. If I'm going to Disneyland, it will not be in an arcade. Because I got more games here at the house than an arcade has. Yeah, some people want the thrill, you know. And then now we're gonna finish up this front window here. These are nice for shop windows, for like a petite shop, just minus the scratches. Oh wait a minute, I almost messed up. That goes on the bottom, so we got to make 2 of these. Just wiggle that in there. I mean, very nice window unit here. Especially if you want to make your buildings not so boxy and square. There you go, we got that out of the way. And that's it. We're done with bag 26. Now let's make sure here. Usually they give you an extra tire too. And that's what we have remaining there for the build. Or, well, for whatever bag we were on 26. Alright, I think we're going to wrap this up with 27, and I want to thank everyone on my main channel and Patreon for being contributors. It's always a big help, because that haul video that I showed, that's what it goes to. Okay? Stuff like that, so I can share more ideas with you. In addition to that, I want to thank everyone for taking the time to check out my Rebrickable profile, and downloading building guides, and if you like the way I present my content or just want somebody to bore you to death, you're in the right place, so feel free to subscribe, turn on comments, notifications, all that stuff. It's free, you don't have to pay too, which is even better. Okay? Even better. And we got 2 small bags in here. So you know what that means. Somebody else is driving around in a junk car out here. I'm going to ask them, gee, where do you live at with all these junk cars? Gas is so expensive, people got to buy the junk cars now. And yeah, so if you like the way I do this stuff, you're in the right place. Now, do I need to check these block glass? Nothing special, no scratches. All right. I don't know how far I'm going to film today on everything. Apparently, somebody had dropped something in my lap that I did not want to deal with today at all. Even on, and yeah, sometimes I'm kind of like, seriously? But of course, if I was unemployed too and wasn't making any money, I would kind of get away with it. Okay, so right now we're going to focus our attention in this corner here with this 2x10. So set that down there. And then, oh my goodness, yikes, we were talking about stickers. Oh boy, we're going to get hit with a bunch. I kid you not, look at that. That's all stickers there. Ooh. And yeah. Anyways, I'm kind of I kind of get this from time to time, like, can you give me money? Like, sure, it's called go get a job. That's where you get the money at. Well, I need it right now. I'm like, well, not right now, we'll have to wait. I'll do that from time to time, like, oh, can I have this now? I'm like, no, you don't need it now. Why not? Because right now I'll have to wait. Well, I need it now, though. Well, it'll have to wait until later. Later comes first. Wait, what? I'm like, yeah, later comes first before right now. You've ever heard that? You ever heard that saying? What was that saying? What no means yes and yes means no. That kind of thing. Well, I don't want to do that now. Okay, well, you're going to have to do it anyways. And I'll have to split cards. No, I don't have to split cards. I forgot I'm still on the same one here. Oh, yeah. We are going to be doing stickers today. Oh. trying to find the right one here. There's 3 sticker sheets here. Okay, I thought these were 8 stickers. These are just 4s. Okay, so what we're going to do here, this is not too bad. I can survive that. So we're going to start with sticker number 30. So you're going to have to put all those on there on some 2x2s. And trying to put that on there with it being dark is going to be a pain in the rear. Going to have to do it. I see a little teddy bear. Lego, I think you should have printed all this. But you won't. Why? Because I'm not cool enough. You won't do it. Yes, these must be some of the prizes you could win, like Mr. Krabby. And oh, you got a teddy bear. I like the focus. The teddy bear, but the Krabby, I don't know. I mean, at least we get some prizes in here. There might be more. But at least it's something. At least it's not stickered up like everything else in here. It's like these are just like little, where you hit, like you throw the ball or something like that. You throw the ball at the... Boy, talking about how sloppy I got that on here, Lego. I think what I'm going to do, and somebody's going to say it's a skill issue and I don't care. I think what I'm going to do is more and more, I'm going to start dinging off for stickers here. Because for $400, this thing should have been printed. And I get that. I get it, guys and gals. But Jay, you're a little hard, you know. Does it matter? For $400 it better be. It does matter. And we finally retired a sticker sheet, so we're done with that one there. I need to hang on to that for the write. Well, I'm already done with the write-ups, so I don't need that anymore. Okay. And then, there you go. And then this assembly here goes right in here. I would have done something a little different with that, but you just stick that in there like that. It doesn't look too bad, does it? It's a good idea if you want to make a Lego shop. There's kind of a start of one there. But if you think you're done with stickers, oh no, 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 you got more to do. There's a lot to do here. We have a lot of stuff to do here. So we're not, no, 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 we got more. Okay. And then we need to get the green ones here. I swear it feels like I'm putting together a sticker book. Now where's the other set of stickers that went with this? That's what I'm saying though. Now I got to find the other sticker sheet. And I don't know where it went. It's somewhere around here. I hate to think I lost it in a book. These are the only 2 I had. Oh, there it is. And yeah. Alright, making sure I don't put these on the wrong way. Hard to say what that is. Is that Mr. Buzz Lightyear right there? I can't tell what that is. My eyes are not that good. Alright, another tile. I mean, we're stickering. We are stickering today. I thought, oh, okay, we're just going to do a little bit of stickers. I mean, there's not a lot of stickers left, but I'm going to probably ding a point off. I'll be lucky if this set even sees a flat 4. That might be the lowest we'll go on it. Because the only thing that's holding this set together now, which is usually a big thing for me, and we need sticker number 20, is this. would be the build experience. Build quality stinks. I think it's just more average. And then we have the scratched parts, which killed it. Yeah. Because that's Woody right there. I mean, it makes sense, right? It's a Disney movie. If those were printed, those would have been good pieces to have. But they're not. I wish they were printed, because this would have been a treasure trove for parts. Instead of just your generic stickers. I mean, because we still got these here, which I don't quite recognize. You know, but I'm hoping we don't need those right now. But I have a feeling we will. We might. Now, when I build these things, I don't know what's involved. I have no clue. Oh, no spinny shells? We can't spin this around and watch the merchandise fall off? Well, that's kind of lame. Okay, now it looks like we're building ourselves a little micro robot or something. And somebody's starting to cuss up a storm in there. Dude, I'd be angry too if I wasn't making money. And nobody would give me anything. It's called work, dude. It's called being a big boy. You're gonna have to do the work. You gotta work hard for your money. I don't get things for free. The internet's not free. The electric's not free. I gotta pay property taxes. That's not free. Yeah, welcome to Big Boy World, where everything you gotta pay for. And if you don't have money for something, you just don't get it. Oh, this must be Wall-E then. I gotta stop going on those rant tangents. I mean, who doesn't like Wall-E? Yes, I've seen Wall-E before. And Wall-E has a fork and a... What does he have? Just 2 forks? Oh, so Wall-E's got forks. He's ready to eat his meal. What is he going to eat? The VCR tapes he finds and all the garbage he finds out in that world before he found out humans left because they were polluting the world, the earth? Until he found that one plant. We're building a toy store. I thought this was an arcade. Let's put Wall-E here then, so you can watch everything. That's usually how it goes. Oh, you didn't see where I put them right there. That's why I can't guarantee these as tutorials. Okay, now it looks like we're turning our attention to more shelving here. But I do get the comments from time to time, Jay, you don't sound all too happy. This is not how I plan to live in my life. Girlfriend, yes, but everything, no. No, just kind of leave it at that and just move on, you know. I just, as long as it's not me getting in trouble, I don't care. But anyways, though, anyways. I mean, we're messing with some really good build experience here. It's not bad. It's just the build quality. I just think Lego could have done a little better job with this one here. Okay, we're going to take our bricks here. Just take the side and just push those down in there like that. And that flattens it right out as best as you can get it. Just kind of mush those down in there. And then there you go. Alright. Now I got to find a 1x4 plate. Lego, why do you have to torment us with just white? You know. The internet's slow, dude. Yeah, I'm uploading videos. What do you think I'm going to do? Stop because you want to play your video games? I'm sorry. This is the only time I get off. I don't get to be unemployed. I got to work. I only have a certain amount of free time that I can spend on my hobby. One time they threw a fit over it. I'm like, guys, what do you think I do? Do you think I just lay in bed all day, watch anime, and play video games? Is that what you think I do? I gotta do big boy things. Hard to believe I'm saying the word anime out of my mouth. I started watching a few other of those ones I mentioned in the beginning. I was watching some newer stuff. And it's something different to watch. Just cartoons in general. I just don't want to... Oh, there's a hole here. Maybe it's something left off the shelf. Yeah, that's how it is there. And... okay. That stud goes in this corner here, and this stud here goes in that corner right back there. I'll show you here just so you can... that stud goes there, and that one goes there. There and there. So start with this corner here, the back left corner, and just swing that in. Somebody will probably get confused on it. Even I was looking at that kind of weird, and yeah, that's how that went in there. Well, this one looks familiar. We're going to be building the Up House next, and we got a little info here. The Disney and Pixar Up House uses a Lego ice cream element to represent a tiny bunch of balloons. Okay, well, yeah, I can tell that. Yeah, we're getting somewhere now, folks. We are getting somewhere. We're getting this done. I'm going to keep you guys and gals in today late because we got a lot of stuff to cover. I'm going to do 3 bags at one time, and we're going to see if we can get it done here today. Or I may just only film just 2 sessions this week because I got a bunch of other things I got to get done. Like I got tutorials I got to edit and stuff, and usually I don't like to do video editing on Thursdays. I try to avoid it, but today I could not do it. And then we need 2 hollow studs. So they use these as part of the balloons. I mean, at least we're doing something fun here. I don't think I've seen that in light royal blue, but there it is. Now, Lego, we need to make these in different colors here to be cool. The Up House. Oh boy, at least we could buy models, but this is supposed to be an arcade. Why are we selling toys here? Are those the prizes the kids win? We don't know. Alright, that, okay, the yellow plate, or the orange plate goes in there like that. Okay, that's how it's left. And yeah, now we're moving on to some extra shelving. And oh no, we got more stickers coming up, so spoiler alert. Oh Jay, that means you're going to have to bellyache. Yep, but we're going to have to do it. I gotta find 2 more of those 1x1 plates. What I knew this, I would have just done 2 bags today, but no, this is going to be a very long installment because now I gotta go find 2 pieces here. Okay, there's 1. The white color, it does get kind of annoying after a while. I understand why we're doing it. You got to make it clean on the inside and stuff. But yeah, we're in sticker heaven right now, or sticker hell maybe. Means today we will get rid of this sticker sheet because we will be doing these right here. All right, and you got to do 4 of those little boogers. Isn't that fun? They're separate. They are separate. You know, I just thought of this. Maybe this is for when you cash in your tokens, you can get a prize. You know? That's probably what it's for. It's probably for that, but I think that's what you're going to do here. All right. All right. Got 1 more here. I'm hoping. We don't have that much stickers left. There's not a whole lot on that other sheet, but we're going to get to it eventually. So yeah, this installment here is already, I bet it's probably already over an hour. a lot of these installments were approaching an hour, if not more. And trying to get this stupid sticker on straight here is becoming a turd. A big turd. But there you go, and that's what it's supposed to look like there. Yeah, I've already spent an hour just filming just this installment, and we're not even close yet, so probably an hour and 20 minutes. So now we got 2 sticker sheets cleaned. I don't think we're going to get to that, but I better not hold my breath because I'll faint for sure. And then we got Mr. Krabs, that ugly thing, and then we got a teddy bear. I think this is where you can cash out your prizes. It's a nice little accessory set to put inside of a store. And then that goes right in here, right on this plate here. Also, the crab greets you when you walk inside. Oh, that's nice. That's nice of him. All right. Okay, now it looks like we're building more interior stuff. So it looks like this bag here is strictly interiors. So what we're going to do here, we're going to start... well, I have a feeling this one's going to take a long time to edit. I'm trying to think what installment this is. I think we just finished up, we did 4, 8, I don't know, I have to look. I'm not sure what installments I've done in here. I think this might be installment 9, but that don't make sense. Or maybe installment 13. I'll have to check. I think it might be that, because I think I only did 8 builds so far. So it might be just that. I'll have to look. Thank goodness the air's flipping on. It's getting kind of toasty in here. I got to keep the door closed in here. Now, if it was just me here, I'd just leave it open. But now, since I have family living with me, it's yeah. I'd like to get me a studio, take the shop, make it into a full-fledged Lego filming studio eventually, so I can do it out there and just have it in its own room. And somebody asked me how many bedrooms does my house have. It has 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 4 bedrooms. And yes, just for little old me at one time, that was a lot. But I only lived in one part of the house, so I kind of just left it at that. And then family moved in, and kind of first I had roommates, and it wasn't too terribly bad. And then roommates moved out because I wanted to renovate the place a little bit more. And then once their leases were up, that's what I did. And then I had family move in. I thought it was just going to be a kind of like a temp thing, but you know how things go. Let's start with these first. So some people have asked, yeah. Some of my older videos, you could tell there was nobody here. And then sometimes my niceness got the best of me. I was only supposed to be here for a few years and sell the place. It was mostly just a flip I was going to live in. And then I just kind of stuck with it more and just enjoyed it here because it was better than rent. Looks like this is like hair ribbons and stuff here. So it was like, we got a little crown, put that in there. But it's things have changed, and so we got a bunch of Mickey and Minnie Mouse ears and banners and hair accessories and stuff. But at least I don't want to be known as that guy and say no, but sometimes now I've gotten to the point where I've just gotten more of a backbone. Oh, we found Cinderella's slipper. Now we got to find the person that it fits on. Okay. After that's assembled, let's take a closer look at that before we put it in there. Because it goes right in that gap right there. So that's what went in that hole there. Now I'm just going to press right here and just kind of push this down in there. Make sure that's sucked in all the way, and it is. You really got to check that because you don't want to push it down the wrong way and have something disintegrate. Okay, now we're going to be focusing our attention on the top part of this thing here. So we got to start caking these on the bottom here. And then flip it back around. We got some of these stud flowers in that pale pink. So hey, I don't mind that. Hey, that'll work good with the regular pink too and white. Make some nice little lovely rose bushes for pink roses or any kind of flower you want to imagine. And then on top of those, we're really making this look like a little princess room, aren't we? This is really good ideas for furnishings for a house or a mansion too. It'd be really cool. And boy, I need to cut this mop off. I get this stupid hair. It's getting caught right in my eyelashes and eyebrows. You've ever seen people where they have the heavy bangs or fringe? Yeah, that's kind of what it's starting to look like. I could, matter of fact, I can just flip the front up a little bit. I'll be like some of the guys and get that, what's that thing called? Alpaca? Get an alpaca haircut where the front's all poofed out. I mean, if I was younger, I'd probably do that stuff, but not anymore. Problem about age, it just keeps going. It doesn't slow down. There we go. So it's like that. Don't. All right, and then okay, I see. I was wondering why they're doing a call out here. Okay. I bet some people are going to be enticed to putting it inside the tubes, but no, it goes right here. Be careful, that's very flimsy. That's going to come apart. And it sits right in here. Oh, wait. Now I made a mistake. I almost did it. It goes like that. Okay. I almost did it. I almost did it. Almost made a mistake. Now it goes right in there. Now you may have to wiggle these little columns in a little bit. We might get lucky and may not have to do that. Well, it's snapped in on its own. Let's make sure that those are all in. Yep, we got a nice little built in there. That's not too bad. At least we survived that part there. That's even better. Okay, now we got more shelving we got to assemble and put in. And we got a bunch of these headlight bricks. I mean, we're building with colors we normally don't build with all that much, which is even better. I like building with new type of colors, new parts. Some parts I have in my collection, like, what am I going to do with these? And then later on I find out. So I'm just going to press these down. There we go. Got all those straightened out. Headlight bricks are not the easiest to straighten out. Or if I put it right on top of the studs and kind of mush those in. All right. And then after that, put that in there. Starting to look like something, huh? I don't know what it is. Oh, that's for the Cinderella slipper, huh? Oh, I bet I know what they're going to do. They're going to use that as a little stand, a display stand. Oh, you can buy Cinderella's slipper. That's where it went. She broke one, and then no, it's not they broke it. You set it in there like that, so it just sits in there kind of loose. Okay, so we got these tiles on the top. This would be good for like a department store, for like a... If you could find a way to put some rings and stuff, and this would be good for like a jewelry case to put inside of a store. Well, if this is supposed to be some kind of arcade, I don't know how, because that goes right there with this part facing this way like that. So yeah, make sure your slipper is facing that way. You can probably see it there. Boy, this installment's going to be a brute to edit, I'll tell you that much. And then now we need to make something that goes right here, which is like some kind of little credit card machine where the money gets dumped inside the barrel or the bin or the dust bin or the box or whatever you want to call it. How do I know it's a credit card machine? Because you can probably already guess now. Matter of fact, this shows you how old I am. I remember when I used to go to places like that, we didn't have credit card machines, but what we did have was those things that when you went and used your credit card, some of you will remember if you're old enough. We didn't have the fancy keypad. What they do, you put your credit card down, they would, even when I was into retail for a brief moment, I had to learn how to use one of those machines where you put the credit card down like this and you had to make a carbon copy of it. You know, we didn't have all that fancy stuff today. You know, so now today everything's a little easier, but yeah. Make a carbon copy of the thing. Looks like now we're making a gumball machine. No, it's not a gumball machine. I'm being silly. This has got that rose in there. Oh, is this the rose from Beauty and the Beast? So if the rose dies, the beast stays forever. And yes, I've watched that show, so I know exactly what that is. Hey, that was an animation, a Western animation, but I watched it at least know what it is. Y'all got to be proud of me on that one. Yes, I do talk a lot in these too. Yeah. The Beauty and the Beast rose. Hey, at least I know what some of this stuff here is, and I'll guarantee that's what the info in the book is going to tell me what it's about here. Let's make the rose face like that. When I go do the whole tour on this, I'm going to have to remember all that. Okay. The jewelry shop features iconic Disney references, from Cinderella's glass slipper to the enchanted rose from Beauty and the Beast. How did I even know that? I don't even watch those shows all that much, and I knew that. Well, my brain's working today. It's working overtime. And I think that is it for this build installment today. I think we nailed that pretty good. And this is all the pieces we have remaining for bag 27. Okay, summation of thoughts. And yeah, I didn't mean to keep you folks in late today, but well, it's just how it is. Yeah, we have a lot of detail in here. It's not too bad. I mean, this is pretty cool for what it is. And I lost that sticker sheet. I don't know what happened to it, but there's another one that went with this. I don't know where it went. So we got these two sticker sheets that are empty. I'm going to put those in here. I don't know if I'll film later on tonight or not. It depends on how much drama I got to deal with. But I cannot find that other sticker sheet. I have no clue where that went. I'm hating to think it fell behind here, but oh, I see it. Here it is. So we don't have a lot left in stickers. I mean, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I can survive that. So it's not too bad. And the build is keeping my interest. I think the disappointment here is just build quality. I think Lego missed this one by a long shot. So we got this gentleman here waiting to go to the arcade, but right now he's at the gift shop right now. Another place to hoard your retirement checks in, but but yeah, I mean, it's got modular features, but I think we're far from that. But honestly, though, it's still keeping my interest. I didn't mean to keep you guys and gals in class late today. It was like an hour and a half long session. But I want to know what you guys and gals think so far of the Crystal Arcade.